Hello and welcome to this week's episode of So Fired. I'm Chelsea Toronto.
I'm Dr. Lindsay right here.
And welcome.
Hey girl, hey.
What's up?
Not a lot. Having technical difficulties like usual.
Oh, no, not usual. It's just this time the mic and the camera didn't work together.
Yeah, so
you're going to have to hear us.
Yep. And poor video quality on YouTube. Sorry.
It's okay. Anyway, so today, what are we going to do?
You tell me.
Well, I was thinking about... I already have that lined up. Well, anything... Wait, do you want to say anything first?
No.
Okay, so there's a story I'd like to tell you about this guy at my work. And this is a true story. I need to sit still. But I'm going to get in here.
This is why...
Sorry. Okay, there's this guy at my work, and he is very elegant. He's a waiter. Mm-hmm. Oh, look, there's the rest of my cookie. Okay, so he is my waiter, one of the waiters, the wait staff, and he is a very elegant and sophisticated man. Anyway, so he's talking about his husband and him coming out. This is all at the fucking host stand.
Oh.
And he's like, yeah, I came out. I was like fooling around with my girlfriend's dad.
What?
At 20. And then he was telling me about somewhere he met this older gentleman and they hit it off. It was like kismet, sparks flying. Except he was from the US and they met in Mexico. And he's like, well, do you want to cross the border?
Oh. Wait,
he literally,
the guy that you work with is Mexico?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
He literally crossed the border to be with this dude.
Oh.
No, like the coyote.
Yeah.
Where you have to like climb the fence.
Oh my God.
Yeah. He's like, I was like, did he pay for it at least? He was like, he paid for most of it. So he said you have to walk in the desert 3 days.
Wow.
With minimal water.
Why couldn't he just like catch a flight over and then never go back?
I don't know. I will ask him.
That seems like that would be the easier way to go.
I don't know. Because technically, aren't you still like...
Or like, does he not have a passport?
He does now. He's a citizen.
Oh.
He might not have had a passport.
I'm always curious, how do you get a passport when you came over illegally? And
first, you have to establish citizenship.
Oh, okay.
You take all the necessary steps, and it's a very lengthy process. But like, who... You know how girls are always like, I moved across country to be with my boyfriend. This fucker's like, I crossed the desert through 2 like countries to be with you. They're still together today.
Did he meet him in the desert?
No, but that's just where you're ushered from Mexico to like, I think he came out in Arizona.
Oh, wow.
And if you don't deliver the money, somebody's got to be waiting for you at the
Someone has like a bag full of money waiting for you.
Someone is waiting for him at like a very public place like 7-Eleven or Starbucks to do this human exchange.
Oh.
Because if you don't give them the money,
you're dead.
They're going to take you and you're going to he said, go into slavery.
Oh my God. I wonder
so that is love.
The 7-Eleven, like,
they
must look the other way.
Yeah.
Like, oh, wow. They're just like, people stopping in today. Like, hey.
Nice work. Good stuff.
Maybe the big gulp's waiting for them when they arrive.
They're just like, you look thirsty.
Yeah. You look thirsty. Just blink 3 times.
If you're a captive.
Yeah. Or are you safe from the coyote? Blink twice.
Yeah, he said. It was like, was your boyfriend there at the time? He's like, he was just landing at that same time.
Oh,
so
wow.
like a friend was there to do the exchange.
Oh my gosh.
Yes.
Wow.
Right. And I was like, holy shit. And he's like, yeah, I'm the most successful one among my family. Meanwhile, like in
Mexico. He made it over.
Not only, I mean, he's crushing it and he's got a business and he's got properties. And I was like, God.
He's really living the dream.
He's fucking crushing life. And I'm like, I'm tired to go to that hosting job.
Like, I'm tired. I ate ice cream and stayed up too late. I'm exhausted.
He walked in the fucking desert 3 days without water.
Meanwhile, I'm like, I'm thirsty. I haven't drank water in 10 minutes.
Yeah, so to help put things in perspective, which I've been doing a lot of lately.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a good one.
I've been dying to tell you that story. So.
Well, if you guys have been keeping up with us, which hopefully happened.
Wait. I have something I need to say.
What?
So if people don't know, which they should, but I'm formally announcing that I have ADD.
Oh.
Okay.
I feel like if you've been listening or watching for a minute,
okay, and if you haven't, I shouldn't have to say these things.
Yeah.
But with the help of my practitioner and with her kindness and guidance, she's going to show me the appropriate amount of time in which to talk, and when is an appropriate time to let somebody else talk.
Like when is the story wrapped up, and when can you stop?
This has been something I've struggled with for a very long time, even in my personal life. Like, you just keep going. I did not yesterday when I was hiking. There was a couple of times I asked the question. I was like, there was one time where I did, and I was like, oh, and then the rest of the time I'm like, question?
Stop. Which is really funny because you went with the intention of not speaking at all. So
I know, but we get so excited when we see each other. So there's so much to talk about.
So that was really funny.
Okay.
Yeah.
So with my friend and the person I trust the most in this world, what we have decided is she is going to give me a signal, one that is very supportive, that says, now would be a reasonable time to let somebody else talk.
I don't know if it's going to be like a...
But you got to tell me what the thing is.
I'm just going to be like this.
That's not very kind. I need you to do like a hand to the shoulder.
Like a hand to the shoulder, or if we're speaking.
Something like,
oh. Maybe I'm going to go like this and like rest my hand on my chin.
I hope I don't miss that. Okay, anyway. So
like this.
She's going to tell me. We're going to see what it is here real time momentarily.
Yeah.
Okay, so with that being said, we're going to do that from here going forward.
Yeah. I mean, sometimes I forget too.
I know.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, murmur, murmur, murmur. And then
we have a speech to give.
Oh, we sure do.
Yep.
Okay, I can't wait.
Okay, so this is what I was saying.
Okay.
If you've been following along, at least for the past couple weeks, you know that we've been trying to get on Powerhouse Women.
Guess what? We didn't get it.
If we did get it,
what is this hair?
we would. It looks good.
Thanks.
Yeah. So, we're like, okay, we're so going to get the prize of being on stage at Powerhouse 22 because we made this really nice video. We had Jessie edit it for us. She came in and filmed it for us. We practiced it. We practiced a lot. And then we had so many comments and so much people like interested in it and sharing it. So everyone did their job. We didn't get it. No. But we were so ready to be like, thank you so much for your support. Thank you for believing in us. And, it kind of turned out to be a so fired moment because on the flip side, what happened is that we're basically now BFFs with Lindsay Schwartz. So I think that's even better than being on stage at Powerhouse 22. So thank you everyone for liking, commenting, sharing, watching our video. It has like 160 views or something. So thank you for that. And thank you for commenting. Thank you, Lindsay, for commenting on our reels. Thank you, Chelsea, for all the content. Thank you.
This seems like an acceptance speech.
Yeah, oh. I know. I'm accepting the fact that we didn't win.
Oh, but we did.
But we did.
Don't you feel...
We won on the flip side.
I feel like we did. Mm-hmm. Okay, this is how... So I was coming down from the mountain, and you're like, we didn't get it. Do you hear me? We didn't get it. Yeah. And I was like, yeah, okay, anyway, I have thoughts. And it was like, we didn't even like spend a minute talking about it.
No, not at all. I was like, okay.
Because that is when I started the countdown. So on our page, I'm doing like a shout out to Powerhouse 2022, because it is something we're very much looking forward to. Mm-hmm. So we're counting down the days. And every day has been something that has to do with Powerhouse Women, the speakers, the movement, like the fun elements of it. So I've been counting those down, and those seem to be getting some.
They seem to be a big hit, and
not just me. We started doing them together.
Yeah, started doing them together.
So it's kind of a collaborative, collectively, as we get excited for the day to actually be here.
Yeah, and the real moment as to why we don't care as if we're on stage or not is because
Lindsay talked to us.
Because Lindsay talked to us. There's DMs going back and forth. Not just one. There's like 3 or 4.
We're kind of having a conversation.
Yeah, we're kind of having a conversation. So like, we're kind of a big deal.
We're fangirling.
Yeah, we're so fangirling out.
I'd like to think I was a big deal. When I went to yoga this morning, I was like, oh, this is what it feels like to be a man. For it. Yeah, it was pretty exciting.
So yeah, so it all worked out how it should work out.
It sure has. And now I think we look forward to seeing groups of people instead of just being on a stage. We want to be approachable. We're like the people. We're in the seats next to you. We should not be 3 steps above you because we're not in life.
No,
we are your sisters.
We are definitely not any steps ahead of anyone in anything.
If anything, we're probably the losers in the back. Fucking around.
We're bringing up the back. We're just like, yeah, you got this. You got this. We got this, right? We got this.
Oh, yeah. Speaking of that, let's talk about that.
Yeah.
Doubt.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So we are coming up on a 1 year here at SoFi. Can you believe?
I know.
So if I had asked you, what does 1 year look like? What would you say?
Oh, my gosh. Definitely not like this.
Okay. What does that mean?
So, when we first started, I was thinking this show is going to be for my coaching clients. It's going to be so I can grow my coaching business. And that lasted, 10 episodes?
Okay.
Maybe.
And then what? But what else did you envision?
I envisioned that we would have more downloads by now. It is what it is. I definitely did not envision Powerhouse being a goal to achieve. I just envisioned like, okay, we're making some money and it's fun. We're just like bebopping along. So I didn't really have like really big goals for year 1. I was just thinking, okay,
really?
Not really. I'm like, oh, I'll get like some coaching clients out of it. It'll be a good business. Yeah.
This is literally the time someone has goals.
Well, I just think for something brand new in like year 1.
Oh yeah. That's exactly when you have goals.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like we made it a whole year. That's a goal. And then I think figuring out what direction we want to go in, that was the goal.
Right.
And creating consistent content, that's the goal. So being like consistent on Instagram, being consistent recording.
Oh, yeah.
So all this like back end stuff that doesn't really have to do with numbers and big things on the outside, more like the back end work. That was more the goals. Like the followers on Instagram or like the content on Instagram or like us planning out episodes and knowing what direction we're going in.
So if I hear you correctly, what you envisioned was the back end and not like the production stuff.
Uh-huh.
Kind of like what we're doing right now.
Yeah.
Like my goals were based in the analytics and the marketing and that. And me, I was
exactly.
Like, what is this jazzy thing going to look like?
Yeah, I'm like, let's get the stats down. Where's my spreadsheet?
Meanwhile, I'm like, those words suck. Like, let's go hiking to get some content.
And then I was thinking like, oh, I'm going to do this whole series. Oh, I know when we first started, I was like, okay, we're going to do this whole series on like this coaching aspect. I'm going to do a series on this, a series on this. Yeah. But then I learned quickly that if Chelsea really hates it, she is not participating.
I'm a bit of a prima donna. I don't like it.
You're like,
just don't want to.
You're like, it's like this is the conversation. Like we should do this. Like, how are we going to talk about that for half an hour? I'm not feeling that. Or like, we're gonna have this guest on. She's like, can I just sit here and say nothing? So we've come a long way. And now I think we've found our strengths in each other.
Which are?
I'm more back end.
Yeah.
And planning and getting all that stuff. Your content. And then we can come together and create the content together.
Yeah.
And bring our different perspectives.
Well said.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't realize that that's what we were going to be.
Me either.
And what I realized, if I were to give that speech today, our acceptance speech, or not our acceptance speech, but rather the speech we would have given on 20. I don't even know that I would have had this prepared. But if today was that speech, I would say that you know starting lines and I know finishing lines.
Mm-hmm.
And that is a complete race.
Yes. That's a complete, it's a completion.
Or a race in completion. I don't know. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Like, and I was thinking about it, like, we're pretty lucky.
Yeah. I was also thinking, when we first started, I was like, well, I'm obsessed with personal development stuff, and I listen to a lot of those podcasts, like the ones we recap, Empower Her, Earn Your Happy, Powerhouse.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I want to be like that. I want to be inspirational, and I want to be like giving people life advice and making their lives better. And I'm like, no, I don't want to do that anymore.
Tell me about that.
Like, I don't want to be a Lori Harder. I love her so much.
Yeah.
But
I love Lori.
Let's
just leave it at that.
And I love these ladies. But I want to be more just me and not have the pressure of having to come up with something like inspirational and meaningful and value added every single day. I know. I'm like, I don't have shit to give. Either you like being entertained by us or you don't.
I know. It's kind of like, why do we have to sell? Like, if I were on the stage, I'd be like, yo, you guys, I'm literally just 3 chairs higher than you are. I'm literally the same person as you. Like, I don't have a book to sell you. I don't have a course to sell you. Can you just do this because you like us? Like,
yeah.
I don't have, like, we just kind of figured out a niche like a month ago.
Right.
We're like, oh, I think it's really this. Like, why are we putting this on ourselves if we're the ones defining the space? Like, we're like, women, us, are demanding that this be, like, we want this in our lives. But do we have to force ourselves to fucking sell something? It's like, oh, and she's doing this, and she's doing, can't we just be entertaining?
I know.
That's all I got. I will be funnier, but I can't. Like, I don't know.
I know. Because I think
so
when we first started and like going through this whole process of the whole year, it's like, well, if you're going to make money, you have to do X, Y, and Z. And it's like, but we don't want to do any of those things.
It's something we don't want. I mean, I would.
We would.
But
it's
there's
just
nothing.
Like, yeah. And it's like, you have to have a niche, like narrowed down like this, and this is this. And I know that some people do find value in things that we have to say, even in our questionable advice, but we're just more of a lifestyle entertainment show for you.
Let us be us.
And instead of personal development, it's friendship and it's fun.
Yeah.
And
hopefully, if we're lucky, it's fun.
Mm-hmm.
So, we're not signing off.
We're not signing off. We're just saying that, like, if you've been listening from the beginning, you've definitely noticed that there's been a shift in the content multiple times. And
that's called growth.
It's called growth. And so, yeah, like going back from day one, no, I did not picture that this is
the path
let's
that
get
we're
to
on.
that. Yeah.
Okay, we brought this up for a reason because we wanted to set this. All right, I want to get back to you. So when you said, oh, all these things. So now here we are a year later, right?
Yeah.
We briefly touched on what you thought, like, the front end with, like, in the beginning.
Yeah, in the beginning.
And so what did you think you would feel like when you got to a year? And then what did you think you'd feel like, and what are you feeling?
Yeah. I think I was going to feel...
You thought you were going to feel it?
I thought I was going to feel a feeling.
Okay, good.
No. I think I was just going to feel just, like, really accomplished. I'm just like, all right, cool.
Like, very satisfied.
Yeah, like, very satisfied.
How do you feel?
I feel like I'm not unsatisfied. I'm just like, okay, this is totally going in a different direction. It's not like unsettling. It's just the fact that I'm not in control of the destination, or I am coming to terms with, like, oh, I can just be myself, and that's a business, and I don't have to, like, try to be something that I'm not.
What does this
passionate
mean?
About. Like, I don't know. I have such a hard time explaining it or putting it into words. I just thought that, okay, this is going to be coaching. I'm going to get a client, and we're going to go rinse, wash, and repeat. Where it's episode, make some money, coaching clients, repeat, and interviews, repeat. Like, I thought it was a way more linear path than what we're doing at the moment. So now that we've, like, shifted, and I'm fully embracing the direction that we're in of, like, lifestyle entertainment versus personal development. And I've come to the realization, like, I don't want to be up on stage inspiring people. I want to be up on stage, like, entertaining people. So it's kind of like I'm going through the emotions right now of, like, how that plays out and what I feel like. But it's kind of like a relief that I don't have to... It's a relief that you come up with all the content, because I'm like, thank God I cannot come up with all the content. And I feel like we're really in a good spot of how we complement each other and what our strengths are. So I feel like we're in, like, a really good flow, and, like, figuring it out in the first, like, few months. I'm like, so what are we doing?
Those first few months, I didn't realize that they were a little bit harder.
Yeah, they're a little bit harder. And then just, like, people telling us, like, well, you need to have a book, you need to do a course, like, you need to do this, like, you need
change
to
your voice.
Yeah, you need to change your voice. I'm like,
Okay.
You need to change everything about you in order to make this successful. And
don't be you.
Don't be you, and you'll be good to go. I'm like, That's literally the worst advice I've ever heard in my life. So
we should be keeping all of our bad advice. Your eyelashes look really nice.
thank you. I know, I'm liking the new like spiked lashes that I have.
Nice to see your eyeballs.
Yeah, I know, they're like,
I love your
nice
eyeballs.
and light and bright.
Look how big they are.
I know, they're giant. I have like Disney
the
eyeballs.
biggest. They're pretty.
Disney princess.
Anyway, so it's remarkable to hear that, like, so what way did you think it was going to go?
I guess maybe not as exciting. It's just going to be more like business. And I'd be creating, and I was like, oh, I have to do a course. I have to do this, and I have to do these other business things.
I get that. Okay, now what about being you? What?
I feel like when we first started, the intention was, okay, I want to be the next Lori or like the next.
But you're feeling
whoever.
comfortable like being yourself? What does that mean?
That it took the pressure off of having really valuable insight and inspiration and motivation and knowing all these things. I'm like, I don't know shit. Like, I know some things, but like, I don't know all the things. That's like, even with like coaching, I'm like, oh my God. I love how I love to do like one thing for like 2 months. And then I'm like, okay, I'm over it. Like, it's so much pressure to be a coach and like guide people in the right direction. So I feel way less pressure.
Good.
Yeah. I don't know. I feel like it's so much fun. Like, I look forward to podcasting every single time we do. And I'm so happy we added in more episodes. I'm like, if we could just do it all the time,
I know,
that would be amazing.
I think we're going to.
So yeah, I don't know. I'm accepting the direction that we're going in, I guess.
Accepting, huh? What does that mean?
That I'm really enjoying it and I'm not feeling like stressed about it.
Or trying to control it?
Yeah, trying to control it. Mm-hmm.
It does feel like there has been an energetic shift lately.
Yeah.
Or is that just me? Because I'm a new person.
You're like a whole new person.
Now that I've gone hiking.
She went hiking 3 times. 3 times.
Oh, twice this week, though.
Twice this week. So she's a whole new person.
I feel something has released inside of me.
Oh. What about when it gets cold out in the winter?
I will go.
Okay.
The level of endorphins are a level of addictedness that you can't even get.
Oh. Yeah, I think I'm still going to pass on hiking.
You don't even know.
I think it probably feels like how I feel when I go snowboarding.
Maybe. Like, do you feel it in your chest? It's like vibrating here
like that
and here.
And that. I don't know.
Like a lot of, like,
I think I just feel like alive and free.
Yeah.
And I just feel like at peace.
My chest is like radiating from here and out and then from the back out.
I don't really have anything in life that makes me radiate like that. I feel
a
like,
lot of energy right here.
Like a good energy feeling to me is just being like,
Okay, well.
Yeah.
That was last.
I don't really like the feeling of
what?
Of being like, yeah, like like I just like the feeling of being like
yeah, but I have both. I am like a new Zen master, and I'd like to introduce to our listeners here today. I am offering services.
Oh, tell me more. Are we offering coaching services now?
Actually, we are. But this is what I propose. When hiking, things come to me and I'm able to kind of like process them out for others. Mm-hmm. I had this magical experience with my friend of mine. We were hiking and we were talking about things, and then we kind of teased it out together, and it was like, I think we just solved some things there.
Things and stuff.
Yeah. Handled. Should they choose to want to handle that.
So
then my proposal was more people should come hiking with me. I can maybe help you see it differently.
Yeah. That's your skill.
Oh, that should be my tagline.
What?
You should come hiking with me. I'll teach you how to see things differently.
Ooh. New business adventure.
Seriously, it could be an adventure. We go on like hikes.
Yeah, that's your specialty.
I think I would really thrive there.
Or not even on hikes. I mean, hikes are
it's
ideal.
Gonna be the hike because the endorphins is what gets it. Because you are like, this is why people are
There's actually like a lady in Denver who does that. She takes like groups out and yeah, but you could do one-on-one.
Yeah. And mine's not like, I can't help your troubled teen. Like I am just.
What kind of categories do you want to help people in? Like what?
I don't know. Those that are stuck. I don't know. I guess everybody's trying to market to the stuck.
To the stuckness.
Right? Those that are stuck. Are you stuck in this? Are you stuck? Yeah. Okay. Everybody. It's called fucking life, dude.
Yeah.
So I don't know who would I be marketing. I don't know what my niche is, but if someone's just like, hey, I want to go for a hike and figure some shit out. It's like we were talking about.
Send her a DM if you want to go hiking and figure shit out.
Yeah. Because we were talking about things yesterday and my friend was saying like this and I'm like, that sounds awesome. And they were totally not expecting me to say that. Like I could just feel that they were like, oh yeah, maybe it could be awesome. So it was, it's been a pretty special couple of days.
Well, let me ask you.
Oh yeah.
1 year ago.
Oh yeah, let's get back to that.
Yeah.
1 year ago, I didn't have a lot of feelings. I was like, who am I in this process? Am I just the sidekick? I'm not a doctor. I don't really have anything to add. And I thought our episodes were supposed to be structured and themed and then like continuity throughout the year. And, oh, you're only as good as your guests. And I was like, great, but I don't really resonate with our guests that much. Like it felt like school where I would slowly start to zone out. Not to say anything to our thing, but it was just like, I felt like I was being talked at sometimes, right? Where hopefully what we love the most is the conversation, right?
Mm-hmm.
And the joy that we kind of, I hate that word, but you know what I mean? Like the fun that we are, and people would touch on that. And that's where I would start to get little inklings of like sparks or flares, like indications when people would leave our podcast and be like, that was really fun. And you're like, that's the magic of what we got going here. Because anyone thinks they can start a podcast, and they most certainly can. Check out our producer, Jessie. She's accepting. But to have the energy and that excitement and that passion is what I started to pick up on and see it more and more and often. So that was the feeling I was looking to harness. So when we got to a year, I'm feeling that and more, because it does feel, I'm more excited today than I was then.
Same.
I feel confident. I trust us. I actually like it when things come up and how I'm in awe of how well we handle things together as a unit. Like if we thought we were best friends before, the fact that this friendship and this partnership can like withstand, and like we're still friends outside of it. And we've learned to like, it's a marriage of sorts, right? And the marriage is over this love of podcasting and these shares that we have, these highs that we start to get. And then it's like to be mindful of the unit, which it's really nice to be in a marriage. It's as good as they said it is. But then where I feel like we went whitewater rafting once and the boat tipped, and my girl here is super athletic and like can jump the highest and run the fastest and like is just all the things, right? We got in the water, we were all discombobulated. I like one arm picked her up and like
it was like the claw machine where it's like
and I just picked her up and like pushed her towards the shore where she was safe. And she was like, oh my God, what's happening? Like she was just discombobulated. I was like just able to grab her like a mother does and was like, I got you. And I texted her maybe after one of my hikes this day, like maybe Monday, that said, trust. What did I say?
I mean,
I think I read
text messages between us.
Okay, I think it said, trust me, I got you, I got this. Okay, yeah. And what that means is like, this is where I want to be. And I'm like, go time. And I want this so goddamn badly. And like, I feel like with the hiking and everything, like the universe is starting to crack open. And it's like, this is what I've been like, I knew that at the back half of 45, things were going to like really sink in. And I feel so like synergized or in step with the whole thing that needs it. Like by going out in the wilderness, I'm like, oh, of course I should have been in the wilderness. But who cares? I didn't do it sooner. I'm doing it now because everything is benefiting.
Yeah. And also what I didn't anticipate a year ago is that Chelsea loves Instagram and all the things.
No, she doesn't love it.
I was laughing so hard like last week because she came up with all these like amazing content ideas for Powerhouse and this countdown. And I was like, damn, you want this so badly, which is inspiring for me. I'm like, I need to get on that level 100% of the time so that my energy input matches Chelsea's, but
I don't think it doesn't bring us down.
it doesn't bring us down. I would say I'm energized about it, just like not outwardly.
I am fucking ready to run. Run.
This is me.
I am amped.
Like when something's super exciting, it's like, is that really exciting? I'm like, yeah.
I get that.
Yeah.
And I told you when we talked about it, sometimes when I'm so excited and it's actually all happening and it's happening around you and you're like, oh my God, it's happening. It's fucking happening.
Yeah.
And you're like, you're more just like taking a beat and like assessing like, oh, is this what this is? It's almost like being like stuck in like, you're like, whoa, this is really, look at this shit. This is trippy.
Totally.
You're like having an out of body experience. You're like, because no one comes up to you and is like, hey, this is it. You fucking made it. Right? No one does that. I just lifted up her hair. If you couldn't do that.
So it's cool to see Chelsea like outward excited and all the things. And then I am like just having an out of body experience and taking it all in and like assessing it from an aerial view. Like, okay, so this is what it is. And let me like think about how I feel like this. And let me think about this. Like Chelsea processes through things really quickly and verbally and out loud and just like fast. And I'm like, just give me like a week and then I'll have a thought on it.
You know what though? I was thinking about this is totally separate. You know what I noticed? I'm not a very good listener because you'll say something and then I'll be like, finish my sentence and then I'll circle back and answer you because I watch our stuff and you know what it is? I'm not being a bad listener. It's just my thought process is I needed to finish that thought. Now I need to think about what you said and then come back to you. Yeah. So I'm not, for those of you that watch us.
You're not listening. You're listening.
I just had to get like the rest of that thought out so I could then like clear the decks and start over and be like process and be like, wait, what?
Yeah.
So I just wanted to put that out there.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
I get that.
I didn't. I was like, I look like such a bitch.
Oh, I don't think so.
Thanks.
Because we always circle back.
Yeah, I appreciate that you know that I need to circle back because I can't just like, no. Okay, next conversation. No. Yeah, I don't like that way.
So now that we're a year in.
Oh, I have this to say. I really appreciate okay, so where I'm very proud is that you're starting to see me as like a full body me. Mm-hmm. Like all cylinders are thriving pretty. I mean, I'm not, they're really starting to like.
They're like all, I don't want to say chugging along. They're all like,
what are they?
Buzzing.
All firing?
I don't know. All firing? I don't know what the term
firing is. All horsepower?
Firing on all cylinders?
Yeah.
Yes. Okay.
All the cylinders are moving and then they go up and down. What are those? Like, anyway, so all the cylinders are burning. Whatever. Yeah. And Lindsay's like, I've never seen you like this before.
Yeah.
And like, whoa. It's a trippy feeling, but I appreciate that you acknowledged it.
Yeah. It's cool to see.
So all we do is still have 336 followers. So just imagine.
I think we're up to like 360 or something like that.
Imagine if we had like real listenership.
But I think that we're really on the right path. And like you said, like we're still best friends outside of this. And we're in a heterosexual life partnership.
No, we're a soul connection.
A soul connection. Oh yeah, we're a soul connection.
Yeah, we made it.
Yes.
What did she say?
We're a soul connection. Yeah. I don't remember anything else.
But we made like a soul contract.
Yeah, soul contract. So I'm really excited about what the next year has to bring.
Could you imagine? Where does it go from there?
I know, because I feel like we figured our shit out and now we're unstoppable.
I'm looking. Yeah, okay, that's it.
Yeah.
That's where you want to end. I cannot wait. I wish there was a way to forecast what are going to be like. The climb is the best part. The ascent.
It is.
But I wonder what year 2 looks like. Like the new accomplishment.
Oh, this is what I said the other day. Instead of competing to be on Powerhouse, we are asked to be on stage at Powerhouse. Whoa. Throwing that one out there.
There we go.
So Lindsay, if you're listening, hey
girl, hey.
We're ready next year, 23.
We're ready now. We're
ready now. I think that we will definitely have a boost in monetary value.
Because that makes it valuable.
Yeah, that makes it not a hobby, technically.
That's all we're looking for at this point. Mm-hmm. By the end of the year, I'd like it not to be a hobby.
Yeah. And I would like to have more Patreons because patrons because we do put up some really good content for you
We do.
guys. Yeah. Some more behind the scenes.
Anything
and
better
funny
than
things.
this? I don't know.
Yeah. I guess I would like.
Oh, well, we're just hitting all the things. I'd
Yeah,
like to
hitting all
lose
the
10
things.
pounds. I don't know.
I don't know. I would just like to make sure it's better be just as exciting,
If not more.
if not more.
Oh, I hope you're not scared.
Not scared.
You could be scared. I'll take care of you.
Yeah. No, once I have a second to think about it, I'm like, I'm not scared. It's more of, actually, you know what the new fear will be? Once we do all the things, like, now what?
Don't think like that.
I know.
I'll get us there.
Yeah. That's the problem with my mind is that once I accomplish something, I'm like,
Well, could you be could you be mindful of, like, when is it good enough?
nothing's ever good enough.
Okay, well, that's going to be a problem. That's going to be a little problem. Should we talk about that later?
We can talk about that later.
I hope,
No,
like,
I like to celebrate the thing, like the big win.
yeah, I like to celebrate moment by moment.
Yeah.
Like, you got today's technical equipment working.
I did.
That's a big win.
And yeah, that's good that you celebrate that. I will celebrate with you.
You should start doing that just a smidge so that when we get to somewhere fucking great, I don't want you thinking like, meh.
I might show outward excitement when we get to that level.
Okay. I'll be like, now would be a good time
Now's
for you
the
to
time.
celebrate.
Okay.
Because you may need me to help you process.
100%. I'll celebrate a week later. I'll be like, that was fucking
I'll
amazing.
be like, where were you a week ago? You'll still feel dead inside and then it will kick in.
Yeah.
I know it.
Anyways, so that's what's going on with us.
She's giving me the sign to wrap it up.
So please subscribe to our Patreon channel. It's an app or a website, just patreon.com. Look up So Fired Podcast. And we have a few different tiers, $4.99 a month, just supporting the show. If you're just besties with us in real life or not, or if you just want to see the show go on, you get a smoothie. Sorry, we get a smoothie. You get a shout out and a sticker, and we can keep on drinking smoothies. And it just really helps.
Actually, our smoothies aren't even $5, by the way. They're like $9.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
We wouldn't even be cash positive then.
No, we wouldn't. So make sure you and a friend subscribe. And then for $7.99 a month, you get all the behind the scenes and bonus episodes, plus the shout out sticker. And then for $9.99 a month, you get to be on the show with us.
Oh my gosh, I can't
wait. A one-on-one phone call with us.
We have our
Ask
very
us
first,
whatever you want.
We have our very first Patreon interview coming up. Right?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
That's going to be fun.
So yeah, it'll be so fun because I think it's a really good platform to get a bigger audience in front of you, or if you just have something to sell. If you don't have anything to sell, it's just a great way to build some friendship. You might make some more online friends. So
awesome.
Yeah. So subscribe.
Download. All the things.
All the things.
Thanks, guys.
All right. Thanks.
Bye.
Bye.
Disclaimer. This podcast is for entertainment purposes only. The stories and statements expressed herein are experiences and opinions. They may not represent the views of the production studio or the hosts. If you disagree with our content, that's okay. No podcast is perfect for everyone.